Dear students, welcome to our science episodes. Today we are going to discuss extinction. Extinction. We all know that living organisms are always in a state of equilibrium, or in another word, state of balance. The number of certain kind of organisms does not exceed the number of another species. They are always in balance. The continuous decrease in number of a certain species without compensation will result in death of all members of a certain species and extinction as a result. The moment of extinction, it is the date of death of the last individual of the species. We can define extinction as the death of all members of the same species. We use fossils usually to indicate extinction. So studying fossils show that the terrestrial life, the wildlife, appeared 570 million years ago, and that some species flourished. Then they suffered from rapid decrease in number until they became extinct. About 98% of organisms such as dinosaurs appeared and became extinct before creation of human beings. Of course, we didn't meet dinosaurs. The ratio of known living organisms now does not exceed 2% of total species that appeared since the establishment of planet Earth. This means that from all the living things created by God at the beginning of life, only 2% exists now. Now let's talk about mass old extinction. Since life was established, 5 mass extinctions happened. Most of the species became extinct, followed by the appearance of another. What caused old mass extinction? Meteors, you remember meteors? Violent earth movement like violent earthquakes, the long ice age, emission of poisonous gases from active volcanoes. What about recent extinction? Scientists attributed recent extinction due to human interference with nature. So the role of human in extinction. Let's see together some factors causing recent extinction. Destroying natural habitat by humans, of course. Overhunting by humans also. Environmental pollution. Who can cause it except humans? Climate changes and natural disasters. This is naturally done. So 1, 2, and 3 could be done by humans. Let's talk about destroying natural habitat. When there is overcutting of tropical forest trees, this destroys the habitat of some species, leaving them homeless, without a home, without a shelter, without a habitat. Overhunting of wild animals in a random, illegal, and unorganized way, this will result in extinction of some species. Environmental pollution, like acidic rain, chemical insecticides, oil leaks, this will cause the death of marine creatures. Climate changes and natural disasters, like volcanoes, droughts, tornadoes, storms, etc. Now, what is the difference between the extinct and the endangered species? First, the extinct species in the old time, like dinosaurs and mammoths, they do not exist anymore. The extinct species in the recent times, we have the dodo bird. It was an easy target for hunters due to small wings and short legs. They cannot fly effectively, so they were hunted. And the quagga. The quagga, a mammal midway between horses and zebras. Do these animals exist now? No, but they became extinct recently. The dinosaur and the mammoth animal, they became extinct many million of years ago. The endangered species. About 5,000 endangered species. The most popular: panda bear, rhinoceros, bald eagle, ibis bird, Barbary sheep, and papyrus plant. What is the effect of extinction on the ecological balance? Do you know that energy is transferred between living organisms? Yes, of course. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. They change from one form to another, or they are transferred from one living thing to another. This is, of course, the law of conservation of energy. Did you hear about the food chain before? The food chain is a path of energy. This is a food chain. It's a path of energy transfer from living organism to another. So this is a plant. This insect is taking energy by eating this plant, and this will take energy from eating this creature, and the snake will take energy from this, and the owl is taking. It's a path. It's a path of energy transfer from a living organism to another. Each living organism has a specific role in transferring energy. But what about a food web? A food web is a group of food chains. They connected together. Many food chains connected together. We will call them a food web. Absence of one of the living organisms will affect the other members. In case of extinction of one species or more, or the disappearance of one species or more, gaps will occur in this pathway of energy transfer, and this will lead in a disturbance in the balanced ecosystem and sometimes its destruction. Here is a food chain in front of you. What will happen in the absence of frogs or snakes? What do you think? If frogs become absent or snakes, what will happen? In case of absence of frogs, the snakes will starve and die, while insects will increase in number. They will not find any living organism to eat them. And in the case of the snakes, if snakes are absent, the owls will starve and die, while frogs will increase in number and eat more insects. So this means that absence of any of the organisms in the food web or the food chain, this will cause disturbance or imbalance of the equilibrium of the ecosystem. Now, types of ecosystems. There are two types of ecosystems. Simple ecosystem, like the desert. The desert is considered to be a simple ecosystem with very few living organisms. So absence of one of them is a disaster, because no alternative for this organism in this ecosystem. While complicated ecosystems, like for example a tropical forest, it contains large number of organisms, and it's not much affected by the absence of one of its species, because there are many alternatives. How can we protect living things from extinction? Number one, we have to respect laws which regulate the process of hunting. Hunting shouldn't be randomly. It should be controlled by laws, and we have to respect these laws. Increase awareness of the importance of preservation of natural life. Breeding and increasing the endangered species. Now we know what are the endangered species. So they are threatened to be extinct. We have to help breeding and increasing their number, establishing genes bank for endangered species, and establishing natural protectorates to protect endangered species from extinction. What are natural protectorates? Actually, they are safe places established to protect endangered species in their natural habitat. It's not something specially built or designed. No, it's a natural place, but we keep it safe with suitable conditions available for the growth and reproduction of these endangered species. So we have the Bluestone Protectorate in the USA for protection of the gray bear. We have the Panda Protectorate in northeast China to protect panda bear. Do you think there are natural protectorates in Egypt? Yes. 30 natural protectorates had been established till 2012. The first in Egypt was Ras Muhammad. It had been established in 1983 in South Sinai to preserve some rare species of coral reefs and colored fish. Wadi al-Rayyan, also in Fayoum, contains Wadi al-Hitan or Whales Valley, which contains skeletons of whales fossils 40 million years ago. Now it's time for you to solve these questions. Fill in the blanks. The death of all members of a certain species is called the death, the disappearance of the whole members. It's called, yes, extinction. Meteors' collision with Earth and the long ice age caused which type of extinction? Old. Continuous human interference with nature causes recent extinction. Safe places established to protect endangered species in their natural habitat. So they are natural places, not built specifically. They are called natural protectorate. Now try to write the scientific name. It is a path of energy transfer from a living organism to another in the ecosystem. Food chain. What about group of food chains connected together? It's called a food web. What will happen in case of extinction of one species or more in the food chain or the food web? Exactly as we said before, this will cause some gaps in the pathway of energy transfer, which will lead to disturbance in the balanced ecosystem and sometimes its destruction. Dear students, thank you for watching. See you later in other episodes.